Good evening, Montreal. My name is Rick Mercer. I am your host and your Canadian content for this evening. I gotta tell you, it is an honor. It is an honor to be here in Montreal for this historic year. This is a historic year in all of Canada. It's Canada 150, is it not? Yeah. Canada 150, it's not just our age, it's the Liberals' new income tax rate. All of these numbers are a little confusing to me. Canada is 150, Montreal is 375. Yeah. How is it that Montreal is 2.5 times as old as Canada and yet 5 times as sexy? Of course, all of these numbers are relative, you know, they're all relative. You ask an Inuit hunter, how old is Canada? He won't say 150, I'll tell you that. If you've never met one, the Inuit hunter is usually the guy wearing the Canada 14,550 t-shirt. Now, I'm very lucky because I've seen so much of this country. You can't believe how much of this country I've seen. But it wasn't easy, right? For 15 years, it has been my job to explore Canada. On my income tax, I write down my occupation as voyageur. And I know it's not the same. I know it's not entirely the same, right? In the old days, the voyageurs, they traveled by canoe, right? All they had with them was a knife and a bag of flour, maybe pork fat for some reason, right? And halfway through any of their voyageurs, they had a face that looked like the Elephant Man because they were eaten alive by mosquitoes and suffering from malnutrition. But yet, no matter what, they still kept going. Now, I wish more Canadians, I wish more people could be modern-day voyageurs and travel the country nonstop, but it's daunting. It's daunting, right? We are the biggest country in the world with the slowest trains. You could spend 5 lifetimes exploring Canada, 10 if you do it by via. Or you could drive. Has anyone ever done the big drive from coast to coast? Has anyone done it? Oh my God, I've always wanted to drive from one coast to the other ever since I was a kid. And Timmy Green's family down the street, they loaded the 3 kids in the back of the station wagon. They drove from St. John's, Newfoundland to Vancouver, British Columbia. I remember being so jealous. I was thinking, when I grow up, I'm going to do that. I too will drive across this great land. And now that I'm an adult, I know better. No. Driving across Canada is not an adventure, it is an exercise in madness. Seriously, okay, you get in the car in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, okay? And you're gonna drive to Vancouver, and you start driving west. 9 hours later, you're still on the island part of Newfoundland, right? You're cross-eyed from dodging moose. One child has eaten another. You haven't made it to the ferry yet. Or should I say the lineup for the ferry. Then when you get on the ferry, it's a 6-hour crossing in the North Atlantic. The kids will love it. And then when you land, you're on Cape Breton, another island. Seriously, you are 3 days into your journey, you have not set foot on the continent yet. Despite knowing that, I considered doing it this year because of the Canada 150 and we're supposed to do special stuff. So I thought maybe I'll do it, maybe I'll make the big drive. So I went to tripadvisory.com, I went to googletravel.com, all the big websites, right? And I said, what's the best way to drive across Canada? And they all said the same thing. Cut through the States. How's that for national pride? According to the internet, the best way to see Canada is to go to Michigan and head west to Washington State. But I have to tell you, the one thing I've loved about this Canada 150 business, right, is that it has forced Canadians to really look at our history, right? See, I would love to see more Canadian history taught in the schools, right? But it's got to be done right. Right? Government will screw it up. It's got to be done right because kids have this idea that Canadian history is boring. And it's not boring, right? So you want to get them early. You want to get them while they're young, like in grade 3, right? And you want to sit them down and say, okay, kid, You think Canadian history is boring? Well, it's not. Canadian history is filled with blood and guts and explosions and adventures. It's filled with rogues and pirates and drunken sodomites. And that's just Parliament Hill in the 1970s. And then you keep going. Canadian history is about fighting long and hard on the right side of 2 world wars. It's about leading the world in opposing apartheid. It's about taking a pass in the Gulf War. It's about inventing insulin, the zipper, and the Robinson screwdriver. It's about being the birthplace of Maurice Richard and Joni Mitchell. And the fact that, yes, a Canadian in Calgary in 1969 invented the only known cure for the hangover, the Bloody Caesar. Right? And here I promised myself I wouldn't rant.
My name is Arthur. I have a bit of an accent. Get used to it. I'll explain it before we get into the show. I have a bit of an accent because I was born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. What? Shut up. You guys are like, we know what they look like. They don't look like you, young man. I'm an immigrant to Canada. I was born in a small East African country called Uganda. For those of you who did not go to school, it's in East Africa. And the thing about being an immigrant is that when you move to a new place, you want to fit in. You always try and fit in. You want to make sure you fit in. But the problem is I've come to realize I'll never be fully Canadian. I've been trying, and I've come to realize I'll never be fully Canadian, because to be fully Canadian, you have to be a lunatic. You have to be a lunatic. Don't get me wrong, Canadians, the most polite, welcoming people on the planet. You're also the craziest human beings I know, because all of you who were born and raised in this country are still surprised by winter. Like, you're still, how is this still happening? Every single year you pretend you're going through it for the very first time. You wake up in May and June and you grab your sweaters and winter jackets and you burn them in bonfires across the country. Like, we're never gonna need this again. It is summer forever. And then December comes around. You guys are like, what is happening? I don't understand. It is so cold. What is this white stuff? It's snow. It happens 6 months of the... I start bundling up in September and you make fun of me. You're like, immigrant. That's an immigrant. I'm like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. Keep pretending. It's coming. And the delusion that comes with you, the delusion, oh my God. There's every year in February, there's that one day where the sun comes out for 47 seconds. And all of you are like, it's summertime. Shorts and sandals, I'm going to bike to work. You're gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. You are going to die. Every January, there's a pile-up on a highway in Canada because someone forgot to put their winter tires on. Someone forgot to put winter tires on in Canada in January. Listen, if the police show up to an accident and someone doesn't have their winter tires on anywhere in this country in January, they should be legally allowed to shoot you in the face. Just shoot you. Excuse me, you seem to have no winter tires on. Are you an immigrant? No, boom, we don't need you. You failed. And I know that's a little extreme, but you need that program for only one winter. After that, all of you putting winter tires on immediately. And that's why when you're talking about Canadian immigration, everyone is like, we're letting too many people in. Some people are like, we're not letting enough people in. Canada should have the easiest immigration policy. Do you want to move to Canada? Okay, we'll come pick you up. It doesn't matter which part of the world you're in, we're going to come pick you up at no cost to you. We're going to come pick you up and I'm going to bring you to Canada. We're going to bring you here in January. And we're going to land the plane in Yellowknife. And all these potential immigrants are going to be excited, like, oh my goodness, we landed at night. They're like, no, it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We're going to stop all the planes a good 900 meters from the nearest building. And the flight attendant is going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Canada. Almost. If you look to your right, there's a building with all the lights and everything. That's Immigration and Customs Canada. It's 900 meters from the plane. If you make it, there's a passport waiting for you, no questions asked. Okay? The toughest part about being an African person on this planet is that everyone thinks they're better than us. All of you think you're better than us, and the silence, you're like, yeah, duh, of course. That's not true. Don't get me wrong. Some of you are, but not all of you, okay? And I will explain. I joined a group conversation recently. A girl noticed my accent. She's like, excuse me, you have a bit of an accent. Where are you from? I said, I was born and raised in Kampala, Uganda. She's like, oh, amazing. Coincidence. I just came back from Uganda 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh, did you enjoy your visit to my lovely home country? She goes, oh, no, I wasn't there visiting. I was there helping out. I'm like, oh, did they call you or something? Like, what is... She's like, no, you don't understand. I work at Lululemon at the mall, and I took 3 weeks off, and I went to Uganda to help out. Now, here's the thing. I grew up in Uganda. I understand the expertise we need in so many different areas in life. Medicine, engineering, nursing, maybe even urban planning, okay? This girl works at Lululemon at the mall. Who was looking for tight yoga pants expertise? Listen, if you work at the mall, I've lived here long enough to know that if you work at the mall and you're over the age of 21, you have already failed in life. You have already failed in life. Why are you taking your lack of ambition and mediocrity to a place that already has its problems? No. You stay right here, stay in your basement apartment, and stay the hell away from my people.
Yeah, Vancouver is awesome. Actually, right before I left, I got here on Monday. Right before I left, a really hot guy tried to pick me up in the park in Vancouver. And by hot, I mean aggressive, obviously. And by guy, I mean crow. Do you guys get attacked by crows here? Are there crows here? I get attacked by crows every day of my life. This is real. It's an actual problem we have in Vancouver. Nobody visit. It's very scary. And it's not like chill. It's not cool. They fly down and they grab your head and your hair with their talons and they call you ugly. And it's very emotionally distressing. And like when I was little, I thought I was gonna be like Snow White and birds were gonna dress me, but nope, they try to scalp me. So, like I live in an urban, modern city. I don't think I should be attacked by nature. So I called the city and the lady was not helpful at all. She was like, whoa, we don't kill crows here. And I was like, relax, everybody calm down. Can you transfer me to the correct office? Because I'm a person. Was that not clear? I'm a person. Kill them, kill the birds. And she was like, were you making aggressive gestures towards the crow? Yeah, so I hung up because she's useless forever. And I came up with my own plan to get the crows to leave me alone. It's a very good idea. I'm gonna start dressing like a scarecrow. I know that it's a good idea. And I was thinking about what my outfit would be, because I still wanna be cute, but I also wanna not be attacked by birds at all. And it's gonna be easy, because scarecrows just dress like people from Vancouver. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like hats and flannel. And like ripped jeans and a stick up their ass. Do you guys marijuana at all? Is that part of your life? Yeah? That's cool. I have a weird relationship with pot because my dad is a stoner. So like, yeah, you know, like your parents do something, it's not even really cool. And like my dad smoked a lot of pot when I was little, and I would smell the pot smoke, obviously, and I'd be like, yo, daddy-o, what's that smell? And my dad would always just tell me that he farted. So I was very confused for a long time. I used to think that my dad and his friends would get together outside to fart. And it makes sense, farts are funny, that's why they're laughing so loud. But like, I don't think that it was bad that my dad smoked pot or anything. Like it didn't, well, like obviously it was irresponsible and he shouldn't be a parent, but But like it didn't turn me into a stoner or pothead or anything. I don't really like smoking pot. Like I'll have a little at a party sometimes, but I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it. I feel like I'm eating farts. It's gross. What I will sometimes do though is have a pot cookie. And if you've never had an edible, it's a lot of fun because you eat one and then you wait like half an hour and you don't feel anything yet, so you eat another one. And then the ambulance comes. But yeah, I really like to have a pot cookie. And by the way, can I just say, if you have not been attacked by crows on a pot cookie, you have not lived. It's very jarring. But I really, when I'm stoned, I get very moved by cinema. I really love movies when I'm high, so I like to watch movies when I'm high. And I usually watch them with my boyfriend, and my boyfriend doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't drink or smoke pot or eat pot cookies, even if I leave them out and say that they aren't. Like, he will not eat them. And I like going to movies with someone that's sober because now I have somebody to tell me that the movies that I loved weren't actually good. But okay, so my only complaint about my boyfriend not drinking or anything, because it's usually great, is that like, if I ever try something new in bed, it's because I'm like a little bit drunk and I'm like, this is the new me, you know? But like my boyfriend doesn't do any of those things, so if he tries something new in bed, it's really weird. Like we were having sex and he slapped me in the face and I was like, oh my God, how much sugar did you have today? But yeah, so a couple weeks ago, my boyfriend and I went to a movie together and we went to the theater and like I had a pot cookie, he had a bunch of regular cookies, we were feeling good. And we got in and we looked around and there was no one in the theater. And it's very exciting when that happens because you look around and you're like, can we talk? You feel so alive. And we were watching this movie and we were having a nice time and like I was all stoned and he was all sugared up, so I thought we were on the same page. I wanted to give him a small blowjob. There was nobody there, there was nobody there. It's not a big deal, there was nobody there. A tiny blowjob, you could fit it in your pocket, it's not a big deal. I didn't, he didn't let me. He said we were gonna get arrested. But that was obviously very annoying, so I came up with an invention. It's a very good idea. It's for my boyfriend to wear, it's for me to hide in. It's kind of similar to those like breastfeeding bib blanket things that women wear in public when they're breastfeeding to hide their boobies and their baby. You know, they just kind of like that, but for when I'm trying to blow my boyfriend in public. And like he would just like hold it and I'd be like there. And like obviously at first people won't get it. I know that. I know. Like I know people will walk by and be grossed out by it, but he can just be like, hey, if you're sexualizing this, that's on you. People are gonna walk by and be like, that's disgusting. And he can just be like, what? She's hungry. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Good to be back in Canada. I have not lived here for a while, but I love visiting. And one of my favorite stories in the past year, God, maybe I'll start with this, I don't know. Molly the pig. I don't know if you remember Molly the foster pig from Vancouver Island. Oh, this is a great story. Do you guys remember Molly the pig? Do you guys like pigs? Do you like animals? You're probably not gonna like this story. Molly the pig. You might. Molly the foster pig, so Molly was being raised by a particular individual, and then the SPCA went by to check on Molly, and they decided that Molly was being neglected. I don't even know how you neglect a pig, to be honest with you. Like, you know, what's a pig need? It needs to be outdoors in the mud, right? I think neglecting a pig is taking care of a pig, right? But anyway, they decided, no, this is no good. Whatever's going on here, we don't like it. So they moved Molly to another foster parent, and they checked on Molly a week later. And turns out their new foster parent, he accidentally killed it, cooked it, and ate it. So, yeah, I don't even know how you get caught for that, by the way. Like, just say, Molly ran away. I have no idea. You can just say that. It's an animal, right? How do you get caught? Did he answer the door with like applesauce on his face? Or like, it smells like pork chops in there. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer, I think. I don't wanna talk to you any further. But anyway, Molly Dead. I mean, what's he guilty of there? Farming? Are you not allowed to farm anymore? You can't give someone bacon and say don't eat it. It's fucking bacon. But anyway, Molly's dead. I don't know about, I'll cap that story there. There was a missing cat poster in my neighborhood recently, and yes, missing cat. Whenever I see a missing cat poster, I'm always a little happy for the cat. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, good for you. You made it out. I'm happy for you. That is freedom you will enjoy. It's a good feeling. I am. I'm genuinely happy. You ever been to a person's house who owns a cat? They are fascists. They are dictators. They're terrible people. You ever open the door to your friend's house who has a cat and you just hear their voice coming from inside? Shut the door! Do not let the cat out! My cat will never feel the sun against his furry face. It will never feel the breeze tickle its whiskers. All right, settle down, Pol Pot. Unbelievable. I'm not good with accents, but I'm pretty sure that's Pol Pot. It's crazy, these cat people. I don't know. There might be cat people here tonight. I don't know. Some people might own a cat. It's disgusting, by the way. If you own a cat, you're pretty gross. It is. It's really disgusting. You know? Like, your houses smell like I'll tell you that right now. They smell like and a lot of you are like, not with my cat litter. Yeah, with your cat litter. Your house still smells like There's no magic cat litter out there. It's disgusting. And you think you vacuumed. You've not vacuumed. We all leave your homes covered in cat hair. We would leave your houses looking like a cat. That's disgusting. But no, anyway, if you have a cat, you're a gross person. You're a gross person. You really are. No. But if you have a cat, you're disgusting. Like, you're really, no. You're just a revolting person. Like, we don't like you. We visit you. We know you're lonely. You have a cat. Like, it's like charitable work. We gotta visit the cat person. They're clearly sad. No, you're not sad. You're disgusting is what you are. No, you're really gross, though. Like, you're actually a really gross person. Yeah. No, let's get into this. Who has a cat? I want to know right now. Because it is disgusting. Who has a cat? Raise your hand. You really have a cat? Why do you have a cat? It's disgusting. Your litter box in the kitchen, your cat's taking a while you're eating. Come on. It's called the plague. We've lived through this before. Like eating eggs, looking at your cat. It's gross. No. But you are a disgusting person, I'll tell you that. No, you're just really gross. That's it. No. But the cat poster in my neighborhood, this was amazing. The cat poster, it said missing cat, picture of the cat, and underneath it said $500 reward, no questions asked. Man. I mean, if I found the cat, there's no way I could return that cat. There's no way I could return it, you know? I found your cat. When can we pick him up? You said no questions asked.
It is so great to be here. For those of you that don't know me, this is what I look like. I am trying to watch what I eat right now and be more healthy. What I've discovered about that is it means you're going to be eating a lot more nuts than you used to. Healthy people love to remind you about nuts. Don't forget about nuts. Remember nuts? I know they're illegal in every elementary school. But if you can survive eating them, they're pretty healthy. There's no in between with nuts. They either kill you or they're pretty good for you. So I thought if I was going to go down this road, I wanted to go all the way to the top. I wanted to have the healthiest nut, and I asked what that was, and they were very quick to tell me it's walnuts. Everybody knows that. Walnuts are the healthiest nut. You can have as many of those as you want. And I said, oh, great. I'm already doing that. 0, they're gross. Walnuts are disgusting. If you don't believe me, eat a walnut, tell me if it's gone bad. You don't know, no one does. Every single time I've eaten a raw walnut, I'm like, nope, something's wrong, call the hospital. I think I just ate a spider covered in wood. That's what that tasted like. You know that walnuts are bad because they're never the main flavor of anything. When was the last time you saw a product that said flavor walnut? Never. Furniture only. If it's in food, it's always maple walnut. And let's be honest, maple's doing the heavy lifting in those foods. There's a lot of these food pairings. It's time to let them go. Cinnamon raisin, end it. Cinnamon can make it on its own. Right? If I was Cinnamon's manager, I would call an emergency meeting. I'd be like, stop hanging out with Raisin. Nobody wants to invite you to things because they think Raisin's coming along. Like if I smell a cinnamon bun being made, I will cross an intersection. And then I find out there are raisins in there, I will leave. Because raisins do not belong in a cinnamon bun, especially for the simple fact that they don't cool down at the same speed as the rest of the pastry. I don't know how raisins manage to maintain the specific heat capacity of the center of a star. But every time you take a cinnamon bun out of the oven or microwave, depending on your life choices, you could wait 20 minutes. You touch the bread part, you're like, I think it's ready to eat. No, it is not. There are 7 wrinkled balls of lava waiting for you. No, I'm trying my best to be a healthy person because I don't like getting sick. Obviously, nobody enjoys being sick, but it's not the symptoms now that annoy me the most. It's the people around you that have no compassion. They're just afraid that you're going to get them sick. The sickness bullies of the world. We all know some. You cough once, they're like, what's that? What's going on? Are you getting sick? Like, no, I just ate a bunch of dust. Leave me alone. Like, you're getting sick. Get away from me. I can't afford to get sick right now. People love saying that. I can't afford to get sick right now. Yeah, you don't have to say that out loud. That's everybody in the world all the time. I've met rich people. None of them have ever been like, hey, cough in my mouth. That's how rich I am. What, you got the flu? Kiss me. I can afford it. Trying to learn more now. I had to get a new phone this year because my phone started going very slow, which I hate. I feel like slow internet is way worse than no internet. Because no internet's great. You go outside, you look at a bird, it's wonderful. Nothing makes our phone addiction feel more like a drug addiction than just a little bit of internet. When you're staring at an Instagram story, buffering, yelling at it, like, come on! I just want to know who else was at Catherine's bachelorette party! It's a sad moment. And they have new phones. New phones come out every year, and I'm always surprised because they never add anything new. The technology, they've run out of ideas, clearly, right? There's never new technology. Apple doesn't even tell you about new features. They just put a picture of the phone on a billboard. They're like, hey, the screen's not cracked, come get it. We're not excited about any of this. Remember when the iPhone came out? We made the transition from flip phone to the iPhone mod. Everybody was so stoked. They were like, you turn it sideways, and it's a movie mode, and then you turn it up, and it's a phone mode, and it knows when you turn, and it just turns. And now anytime our phones turn, we're like, why is it turning? I hate that it turns! You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show, everybody.
A little bit about me. My mom is Indigenous, and my dad is a cowboy, and that is why I'm so full of inner conflict. Who am I? You know? I did rodeo circuit stuff with my dad, you know, rode some sheeps, ran for rodeo queen. What I'm trying to say is my pronouns are she, ha. I'm Denny from English River First Nation, but I didn't grow up on my reserve. I grew up in a small town, Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, specifically the trailer park. Or as I refer to it as, the white man's reserve. Because it is. It's the same damn thing. Just with clean drinking water. I think whoever does public relations for trailer parks needs to be fired, right? Because far too many people associate trailer parks with trailer trash. No. Some of us are trailer treasures. I got made fun of so much for being from the trailer park, but I'm like, stop, shut up, you know? It was the best. I loved growing up in there. I mean, it's got park in the name. That's beautiful. You know, there's kittens everywhere. Dandelion fields as far as the eye can see. My best friend forever, Keegan, lived like 4 feet away from me. And our community had the best homegrown organic meth. Seriously, you guys. It was from lab to table. Or lab to pipe, or lab to light bulb, however you did it. It was fresh. I've been a mom for almost 2 years now. That's been pretty cool. Yeah, what? Pretty deadly. 2 days after I gave birth, I took a mirror to my situation because I'm not normal. I was like, how bad could it possibly be? It was not good. She was very mad at me. That sucked. I was so upset. Because in my other jokes, I used to talk about, oh, my cadoodle this, cadoodle that, you know? But in that moment, I realized I don't have a cadoodle anymore. I now have a hoo-ha. Hey, moms, did this happen to you moments after you exploded another human being onto this God's green earth? Did your nurse come in, check your and say something like, big fundus, and leave? Because mine did. I was like, yeah, what's a fundus? And she pretended like she didn't hear me and laughed, and I was like, okay, and I Googled, what is a fundus? And it means open cavity. I was like, whoa, what the hell, Brittany? You know? I thought we were friends. So that's why I make her sound stupid in this joke. Big fundus, you know? I'm taking back my power. I'm lying, she didn't sound like that. You know, she was pretty nice. I think she was just having an off day. She was more like, oh, that's a nice size fundus you got there, my dear, you know? Okay, that was a lie too. She didn't have a bad Irish accent. She's from Saskatoon. So it was less, oh, that's a nice size fundus you got there, my dear, and more, that's a gaper. Oh, thank you. Have a great day. I'm Dakota Ray.
Now I'm living in Toronto, and I'm living in a basement with my boyfriend because dreams can come true, and things aren't going well. He's also not from Toronto. He's actually Irish, I think. We say I think because I can't understand a single word that he says. He's like, potatoes! I'm like, Irish, sure, that's fine. I'll never forget my first date with my little potato. We met in the gay village in Toronto, and we started the date off with 6 or 7 pints each because he's Irish, I'm a stand-up comedian. If I don't like you, at least I'm gonna get drunk. That's how you do a first date, bitch. And we were gonna be cut off because the server came over and just gave us one bill that we didn't ask for, and I was like, got it. Settled up, and then we were just gonna go to another bar across the street to keep it going. But on our way, we got stopped by a news reporter from CP24 News that was asking people about the upcoming Pride Parade. And she's like, you look gayish. I'm like, okay. And She put a microphone in my face, and suddenly I was just on live TV. And like most of the white girls in this room, when I'm drunk, I love attention. And if you put a microphone and a camera and lights in my face when I'm in a time-traveling blackout, my inner Jessica's like, showtime. I will bring the thunder in that moment. And she had no idea that we were completely wasted. And in her defense, this was Monday at 7:30. So she starts the interview and she's like, are you excited for the Pride Parade next month? And if you are, why? And I was like, oh my God, Carol, I am super excited for the Pride Parade next month because I am super gay. Immediately, she was like, oh no. Because she knew that we were completely wasted, and she was nervous because this was live television. Depending on what I said, I could get her fired. Her career is in the palm of my hands, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna question her journalistic game, but her follow-up question was, if the city of Toronto gets the permit during the parade, there is gonna be public drinking on Yonge Street. How do you feel about that? And I was like, honestly, Carol, it's a yes for me. She's like, my name is not Carol. I'm too much. She goes over to my little potato to deflect. And she's like, what are you most looking forward to next month during Pride? And he was like, I don't know. And some Irish lullaby, like Toralorally, I don't know. So she comes back to me because she's like, what? And she asks one final question, and I could tell that she's trying to get rid of me, and I'm that person, Booch, when you're trying to get rid of me, I will double down. Do you know what I'm saying? So she's like, do you feel that the Pride Parade is brought together in a positive way because of the community and everybody coming together in such a beautiful, harmonious way? And I needed to make a lasting impression. So I was like, I do, Carol. I really do. Because last year, I saw Justin Trudeau, and he was waving at me, or not like at me, like not like, like I can't like confirm that he was like specifically waving at me, but what I can confirm is that memory has delightfully been inducted into my personal spank bank. And then that was the end of the interview. And I'm thinking, who gives a shit? It's CP24 News. Like, uh-oh, I'm coming in live to the nail salons of the Greater Toronto Area. Because who watches CP24 News? The answer, everybody. I was on CP24 News for half a sip of a wine cooler. My phone exploded. I had an uncle that I haven't spoken to in 12 years that messaged me on Facebook that just said, were you just on the news? I was like, where the fuck have you been, Uncle Randy? We've been looking for you. I travel a lot for work, and I'm very proud to say that stand-up has afforded me the opportunity to perform in places like London and Paris, Ontario. And I was telling that story on the road. I was in St. Catharines, and by some coincidence, bitch, the vice president of CP24 was in the audience. And I finished my set. I was selling merch after the show, and she came up to me with zero context and just said, I know you. And I was like, escucha me? And she was like, I'm the VP of CP24, and when you did your thing on the news, you were a thing in my office that I was trying to make go away for like a month. And I was like, that's really funny. And she also thought it was funny because then she offered me a job with CP24 temporarily in entertainment coverage this fall. I'm just kidding. Carol was fired. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, I'm really good. My aunt died, and hilarious. And I told the people at Just From Laughs that I shouldn't do the show, and they were like, contract, and anyway, she was my rock. She was the greatest woman I ever knew. She could make any kind of jam. Name a jam. Blueberry, she didn't make that. Anyway, first joke. You guys like articles? Do you guys know what articles are? Okay, because it's really beneficial if you know what an article is for this joke to work. So I was reading this article about this woman, and her dog kept nudging her breast, like all the time, just kept nudging it. And then she'd be like, "Ow." And then it would nudge. And then like she just happened to have a doctor's appointment that week, and guess what? She had cancer in her breast. What? That's amazing. I couldn't even get my dog to sit. And this dog can give you cancer? Man, love that show. Name another jam. Strawberry, no. We gotta stop asking old people, hey, what's your secret? They're like 100, it's too late. Should have got to them when they were 60. Because when they're 100, they're like, every Wednesday I eat a bicycle. And then we stick them in diaper commercials and make them happy about it. You guys never seen a diaper commercial with an old person? They're so excited to kick a ball with their grandchildren while their pants are full of shit. Name another jam. Apricot, no. They say the early bird gets the worm. That means, like, if you get up early, good things will come to you. But the worm was up early, too. I've been through this before. So, like, imagine, like, the worm. Like, imagine the worm sleeping, right? And he was just happy to be sleeping. And one of his dad was like, Sebastian! Sebastian, get up, Sebastian! Sleepyhead! There's a whole world out there, Sebastian, get up! Sebastian! Sebastian, get up! And like, imagine he got up and he wasn't supposed to be up. Right? And then like a bird, right? This is a bird. Swooped in and took Sebastian off. Do you guys get this joke? Like, Like, what if Sebastian's dad got a phone call at work and he's like, what? My Sebastian? It was me that made him get up. What have I done, Sebastian? Do you guys get that I was the dad worm in that? So, like... Does that help? And you find Sebastian. We would find probably half of Sebastian. Sebastian. I'm so sorry, my sweet Sebastian. I should have just let you sleep. My sweet Sebastian. Please, Lord, take me instead. Name another jam. Blackberry. My aunt left in her will a bunch of jokes she wrote, and I don't have a lot of time left, so we're gonna do them all. If I do all the jokes she wrote, then I get the inheritance. I am not sleeping in a scary ghost house! This is the first envelope. Mark's so fat. She's written, you're supposed to say, oh, you knew my aunt? Just look at him. Good night. Bye.
Thank you very much. Good to be back here. I don't know why there's a piano I don't play. This is my face. I'm sorry. Don't worry, ladies. I can be very charming in the dark. I'm getting old. You know what I'm talking about. We start to look terrible. Like you think I have hair, look. I got the monk circle in the middle of my head. This is a horrible thing to have, a circle like a monk. I'm not religious in the least, and yet, if I put on a robe, I could scare children. But you can get it fixed because of modern technology. They can fix your hair now. There's a new procedure, man. They take hair from another part of your body and they stick it on your head and it grows like it's your real hair because it's your real hair. But I don't have any hair on my neck. I'm old. I got a chunk of hair above my ass at the back that I'm not particularly using right now. And I measured it, and it fits perfectly on the hole in my head. So I went to the guy and I said, hey, I got a plan. Why don't you just take the hair from above my ass and stick it on my head? And he said it would be a very bad idea. He said I might stink, is what he said. He said people would call me shithead, and they would be right. I'm just trying to have a decent life, man. I'm just trying to get through it okay, because all you want to do in this life is have sex. That's all it's all about. It's the only thing they don't tax. Sex is hard to have, man. The older you get, the more difficult it becomes. It's true, seriously, and you never know if it's gonna be good or bad when you start. You waste all that energy and it could be terrible because sex is unpredictable. All right, I'll tell you a story. So I was having sex with a girl. That's not the funny part. And I'm on top and I'm doing my best and I'm bouncing up and down and her cat jumps on the bed and dug its nails into my ass. Best sex I've ever had in my life. I don't see that woman anymore. But I bought the cat. You're gonna have sex, man. Let me tell you something. In this world, you better groom yourself, gentlemen. You gotta show up ready, especially this area. You gotta groom yourself. Women do it, so we have to do it now, too. Don't show up just unkempt. It'd be horrible with a big afro there, comb stuck in the side. I'm going vintage, baby. Nah, you're going home, asshole. So groom yourself, and most men do, and ladies, I'm gonna tell you what we do right now, and you're going to be appalled. They don't make a product for this part. So we have to improvise, and men are poor at improvisation. I'll tell you what we use. We use the beard and sideburn trimmer down there. I'm just telling you, so when you're at your boyfriend's house, you don't touch it. Because he stands in the bathtub and he goes, eh, and then a dead muskrat falls off. And he doesn't touch it, he just kicks it toward the drain. And that becomes the cleaning lady's problem. Women like sex more than men. They do. I'll prove it to you. This is a little hard to understand, but try to go along with me. It's a very strange analogy. Okay, you ever have an itchy ear and you take your finger and you do this? What feels better, your finger or your ear? That's why in a man's life, the only time you ever see him do this is when he's got a Q-tip in his ear. I love you. Thank you so much. You're a great audience.
Oh my God, it's such an honor to be in your beautiful city. I'm not from here. I'm from a reserve up north. You know what that is, eh? Yeah. You made us live there. That's how it's a reserve. Well, not you, white guy. I mean, you know, but I mean, you made us live there, but not you. You know what I mean? I'm glad you know where it is, though. That's very important. I live in a beautiful community in Manitoba, man. It's a beautiful flying community. And it turns out my dad actually is from Ontario. So when we were little, I was just a baby. We actually picked everything up from the reserve and we moved to Scarborough. And then we moved right the fuck back to the reserve the next day. We're like, what the f was that place, man? We didn't even have running water on my reserve. Still better than Scarborough. Somebody got murdered on my reserve by a bear. Still better than Scarborough. It was rough, man. We didn't have running water when I was growing up. I mentioned that earlier. That's tough. Not having running water ruined my sex life. White guy, you're like, how's that? You're inquisitive. I love that white guy. It's crazy. I masturbated for the first time ever in an outhouse. It was dark. It was scary. There were bumblebees everywhere. So as a grown man, sometimes I have trouble get going. I'm like, I just can't get going. So I would be my girlfriend. I'd be like, hey, Can you do the thing where you pretend to be a bumblebee for me, babe? Like, can you spray some Raid for me, honey? I'm like, okay. You're leaving? Okay. I'll see ya. This is good, man. This is a big day for me, man. You know, this is a big day. Not because of the show, because I got my first Optimum card today. Oh, I've been waiting. I've been holding off. Do you know what I thought to myself? When I got my Optimum card, I said, I'll probably never join a street gang at this point, I feel like. That's why I was holding off, man. Imagine me riding with the homies. We creeping. We in my auntie's van. She's on dialysis, but we're still creeping. And the boys are like, yo, Paul, let's roll up on that Shoppers Drug Mart. And I'd be like, boys, if we do that, we won't be able to collect the points. You gotta be smart. I think I'd be good in a street gang. I'd be very beneficial. You know, it's stressful being a gang. I teach the homies about ASMR. I think all gangsters need it because it's stressful. They're like, Eastside boys are trying to get at me. And I'm like, do you know what you need? You need a little tap in your life. I can't climb fences, let's be honest. I can't run away from the police. That's why let's just be honest. There's no way I'm joining a street gang like that. There's no way, man. I'm gonna leave you with one more before I go. You can catch me all around town. Like, I'm gonna be in Toronto for the next few days. So of course you can catch me all over, just waiting for the bus. This is very hacky of me. Like, I don't like, no disrespect to all the other comedians, and I know this is cheesy, and I know I probably shouldn't do it, but I got some comedy DVDs for sale after the show. So if you liked what you saw here, you're gonna love these movies, because I got Adam Sandler 5-packs. I got the Will Ferrell 5-packs. Me and my Auntie Liza, we have a business up north, and we definitely appreciate your support. My name's Rabliauskas. Everybody, please stay safe out there. Have a good night, everybody.